the visual, this part of the thing, like completely bugged out. Still sick with the same thing that I filmed this with for some bloody reason. But lol, yeah. Anyway, ciao.
May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
What's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but
Jesus
I'm somewhat of a
Christ.
super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've
She's
never
not.
actually heard of you before.
She's
so
lying.
If you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the
would be weird.
papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really. It was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my
3
dad
meetings?
actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yes, he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't
Oh,
anything
God.
to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this newfound explosion into your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as my manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right?
Your manager sounds
What's
awful.
the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It
Oh,
really
honey.
doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean,
Okay then.
we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yeah, it's from my album Put It In
What's
My
happening?
A Together and it's
Whoa, what are
Put My
you?
A Together and
Oh yeah, I
it's
forgot about the
soon,
interference.
after the
No,
last
that's the
one.
wrong
yeah,
one.
I've actually released 2 albums
Fuck.
since lunchtime.
I completely forgot about that.
During this interview. See, this is called Cry for Help, and it's going to be in all the best high street and retailer shops, and it's out now. So girlies, you know what to do. Scream and cry until somebody gets it for you.
Ooh, there she
cute.
goes. Blimey. All these projects, they're keeping you very busy, aren't they? It must be tough.
Yeah, it can get tough, and I hate it sometimes, and I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg.
No, go away.
Even I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this, though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between like my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things could have been different, you know, like better. But I don't know. I love doing all
Okay,
bars,
we
having
ignored the
somebody dress me and
interference.
tell me what
I
to
forgot
wear.
which side I was thinking of being on in my
You always
brain.
want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I pressed record on my cassette, but then my dad would come in and tell me to turn it off and to go back upstairs and start practicing again.
Oh, sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough, and sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, make Quagler proud and you might just survive childbirth.
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that
Damn, okay.
problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it, tell me about it.
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. You know what, it's actually
What's that
alright.
sound?
And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then, well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit.
Jesus Christ.
It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Whoa.
I also got this.
Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the force's favorite, the queen of teams, here to break in your blockades,
Oh, again, music.
Lil C.
Can't you see?
So we want the bits that aren't majorly
There's a
sexualizing
place
her.
in me
This is that'd be for
that's
children.
empty. I want that meat you're packing. Only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here. Boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me. No dirty foreign member. Don't stop no morning drill. There's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this
song should not be put on
country
these.
pride. I ain't no Vickers, but I come in Spanish on my border. Quick before I
Jumping
get
over
much
each other.
older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them
No.
try and break our dream. We fight and love and die at two. So what a Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action. So come and break my sanctions.
She just pulled off her ponytail? No, she was just swinging around. Okay. I think she should have pulled off her entire ponytail. Jesus Christ.
I've been this wild and free since my
Also, can I just say, these lads.
She was only 53, but gave you save her family.
Nope, that is a.
There's no one judging
This is
me if I'm
wildly
the one
inappropriate
that's
to be
in
showing
your
on TV.
fantasy. Don't die alone.
It's just supposed to be like it was
Gonna
kids,
bring
like
you
little
home.
kids.
I ain't no Vickers, but I come in Spanish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So what if Peter Clemens boys can come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and dump them there. I wanna see
Why did she
some
take off her
action.
shirt?
Come and break my sanctions.
Oh, gods.
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I
Fucking
don't know
hell.
what will.
That was
I'd like to thank all
so
people.
wildly inappropriate.
Well, for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
Jesus Christ, what the hell? She's just walking away. Just walk away.
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective. You know what it's like.
Oh, right.
And Michael? Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jean short? Is he?
Oh, my dad. He's such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together.
Wow.
And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line
Jesus
and get
Christ.
me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. If they say for your pleasure, I'm going to start meeting it.
Okay, so we didn't get to
This next section
beautiful
will be
lighting.
all four of the sound effects to help things along.
Oh,
Try and
gods.
pick the most appropriate one at each given moment.
Okay,
Start here once
let
you
me
know
just
it, so
adjust
trusting you
myself
to
so
make
I'm
the right
like
choices.
it's correctly. Correctly? Yep, correctly. But look, we did A+,
Well, the fact
as
is,
always.
Jen, weren't enough flowers in my dressing room.
There were exactly 12.
Jen! I love you! Oh, Jen's so cool, look at her.
Things.
She deserves a vacation.
No, not
Her
anymore.
and Megan Wolf
I'm
both
better than
deserve
that
vacations.
now. I'll tell you what, just keep adding flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds.
Her and Megan Wolf.
5.
They need a vacay.
Four,
They need a vacay.
3.
I'm saying it now. They're gonna take a vacay.
thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called The Notice Board. It stars some top talent and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director and phenomenon, may I say, Jeff Algebra, guys!
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Jeff DePlume now.
Oh, wait, it's this
How do you like
guy.
that?
Oh, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
Tax evasion.
And how does Angela feel about all this? Your wife.
Ah! Oh, God, no.
Oh no.
No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now.
Who's
We
Norm?
were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And
Norm
why
Diplome.
did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a protein sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Jeff,
Jeff.
you listen here, boy.
You listen here, boy.
You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this.
I got 5
So I
cents.
wheeled
That
him down to the
count?
transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking. Utter shite.
And without further ado, let's give it up for the notice board.
Oh fuck. I didn't click it.
You have to play a sound effect, Alex.
I tried. Screw off.
Alex, if you keep this up, you'll ruin the notice board, and the actors won't be happy.
Good morning,
Suck my dick.
Miss Craven.
Oh,
You try and do this job.
morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I don't get any of
I'm
these
just
jokes.
worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock.
This seems very
See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
boo.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
Yeah.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right.
He's really struggling here.
Here it is.
It's a letter from my granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
Oh, no. It's Brad.
I forgot to put
He's
it.
the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Rad dudes?
No,
Ruffians! Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What?
Holy fuck!
Say, tutoring?
That's right. Maths is very important. Would you mind, Ray?
Not at all.
Oh god, they're really doing good
So
for this.
you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others
Oh
and
my
not
God.
just urinating on churches or
Why would you piss on a
tapping on
church?
Hey, I haven't huffed glue for months.
Well, blow me down!
You know what? We misjudged you based on how young and cool you are and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night or called me a rancid old crone from the back of a chopper?
No way. It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck? Give us a
Whoa!
hug.
Huh? It's not letting me move. What the fuck? What is happening? Is this an earthquake or is this war? Oh. Hello? Hello?
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the notice board, but we are receiving some breaking news. I'm being told we are picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be
What?
what appear to be nuclear explosions.
What the
in
fuck?
4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into. They put them into millions. I'm being told we're experiencing some power shortages as a result, so apologies.
Boss?
Apologies for the interruption. And apparently we can go live now to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury any moment. Yes, let's go to that now.
Holy fuck!
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent.
Oh my god.
We have similar devices in 58 other
Why do you have
urban centers
devices in...
and will not hesitate to detonate them. Will not hesitate. Conditions are not met in full and without delay. The people of our territory will no longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders.
I don't
Your
believe them
people
somehow.
are our people.
And not just because all government bad. I
Finally be
feel this
fed
is
and
fishy. They've been
clothed
doing
and
some fuck
educated
shit.
and healed.
This is fishy.
But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them.
This is unprecedented. Our government has
Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory, or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices.
none of us did.
You will not find them, though no doubt you are already searching for them.
We are waiting
Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete
She's just
acceptance
straight
of our terms by
threatening them.
midnight tonight. Thank you.
I don't really talk about my personal life in my job.
Again?
It's not relevant or important. So many of you may be surprised to learn that I have a brother.
Oh God.
His name is David.
David!
And right now I can't get his stupid face out of my head. He's a researcher and he's currently travelling the continent for work. And I don't know where he is right now.
I'm putting the crazy mule back
And I
in.
should imagine that there are many of you sitting at home tonight digesting this news, and you also have loved ones on the continent.
Wait, do we have a daughter that went travelling?
Amsterdam, or Harbia, or San Palmerino, or Conislava, which is where David was when I last spoke to him 3 days ago.
David, please tell me you moved.
So when I tell you I know how you are feeling tonight, believe me, I do. But I also know that there's a flow to events. I see it every day here.
No, this is...
Although tonight it feels like we may be in a time of fear and darkness.
Because we are.
We may actually be at the break of a new dawn.
I think we're about to go into war, babes.
We don't know that yet. We can't know that yet. But
I'm going to pour myself some more tea.
Find out. And I will be here every night, feeling what you are feeling.
Because this tea is hot.
And with your help, maybe we can all get to that brave new world. My name's Megan Wolf. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out. We've got people ringing around, but the telephone networks are overloaded. We'll find him.
Do we know exactly which cities were hit, or?
Megan.
I'm not putting that war broadcasting link, but... Megan, no!
So where on earth are you supposed to go for the other essentials? The things that make life worth...
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I don't know how to act in these sorts of situations, and any situation like that's serious. Right, so we did pretty well. Offense first person, unexperienced free show, that's a lie. Exceedingly poor edit, shut up. Play one advert late. Just jumped in the field shit. I wanted that. You know for a fact I wanted that. We need a generous bonus. Fabulous. I can afford coffee. I'm not worrying every day. Crazy Meals. Kinda screwing up. This is going up though. Should have showed Crazy Meal more. Now they don't like me. Channel 1 loves me. The shop likes me because I let them. The shop's the show. Now, what were they trying to say?
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes throughout the continent. Stand by.
Then they were all glitching and shit.
We've lost contact with our benefactors in Urkistan and Konislava. While our equipment seems to be resetting.
Oh, this is what I did. What's the rushes? Oh yeah, that happened. Right, so let's continue, I guess. Is this the same thing of the notice board? The plants? Editing too quickly will not only answer nail switch off. Okay. What is happening? Okay, hi. We've just had some technical difficulties, much like in the game. I promise no nuclear weapons happened here, though. I hope not. Jesus Christ. No, I think just my computer just died for some reason. Right, so here's what's happened. Fucking nuclear bullshit just happened. Death tolls in the millions. Now, it's not But, sorry, what is happening? The rest of your shift passes in a blur, but with the same wording going around and round in your head. Operatives are working for advanced detonated nuclear explosive. Initial estimates put the death toll in the millions. Okay, so let's hope that none of our friends or family were in the area. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front door is on. Clearly someone else is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room and you find Sam sitting on the sofa staring at the TV. The screen is off. They're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they do reach up and take your hands in theirs. Now you're closer, you can see the tears flowing freely down Sam's face. A little girl. Right, so she was traveling. False. What the hell can we do? The bastards killed Susie and millions of others, all because of their fucking war, which we never asked for. Behind the tears, you see fire, raw fury you've never seen in Sam before. I hate them, Alex. I know you've never been a fan of Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know that you understand that we can't just be indifferent. We need to actually do something. Advance did what was necessary. I'm glad that they were prepared to do what was needed to protect us all. I don't think it's that simple. The country is suffering. This war has to end. Nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries is just as bad as they are. Advance said that they would detonate more bombs. Advance said that they would, not that Disrupt would, that Advance would. They have like 40 something in urban areas, and they said if you do blah blah blah, we won't hesitate to burn these bombs so you can't use them. That's just gonna kill more people. I don't think it's that simple, mate. Alex, you can't be serious. Advance has crossed the line and we can't let it stand anymore. Sam takes both of your hands in theirs and looks at you, the tension clear in their voice. This is a situation where you can't pick the middle ground. Advance killed our daughter, Alex. I will never, ever forgive them for that. And if you can, they had no choice. Advance showed the world they would do anything to protect us. You're right. It's not all okay. Oh God. Right. So here's what I'm thinking. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. What they've done is, of course, unforgivable. Right? Of course, unforgivable. But there's two sides of the story, and I don't trust this government at all. They had an entire thing where they send old people to kill them. And they're trying to indoctrinate youth, and I've seen the disruptions, and it doesn't seem all that black and white. Sure, it might be led by Alan, whatever the fuck his name is, and he's a total nut job, but some of the shit he's making is saying sense. But the fact, I don't think they would have done this. There's no logical reason for them to do I don't think there's a logical reason for any sort of fucking war. But there's no logical reason for them to start this shit. They had no choice. Advance showed the world. I need Sam by my side. That's all that matters. I need to have Sam by my side. Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Cletus was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure what you've just processed it fully yet, but at least you'll get through it together. I need to have them by my side, no matter what. I don't care if it affects everyone else. They need to be by my side, and they needed my help. And arguing with them was going to do nothing. A final farewell. The last week has passed in a blur, a rush of things to do but immediately forgotten, your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night, and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones to the church today. You were staggered by a number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here has the same reason, sharing the same pain, the same sense of loss. It's all written on their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. Your daughter, poor little Susie, gone. Sam had said little since that evening. They're still getting over the shock. But when you walk over and squeeze their hands, they squeeze back, tightly. You'll get through this together. You can only imagine how awful it would be to face this alone. There hadn't even been a coffin to bury. Was Susie there though? Do we know for a fact that she was there? Maybe like she was near there and Jesus Christ, so many days is passing right now. We're on like 300 and something. Why are we going to like a year later? Blood, that's loud. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as soon as you get into work, you can find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go and grab your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. Didn't you hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What does that bring the total up now? Oh, I think that's 100 at this point. They won't all have been reported or noticed yet. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from the Queen's View University. With all the other disappearances over the last year, scientists, doctors, researchers... She pauses before lowering her voice to the website. It's clearly Disrupt targeting people speaking out against them. I even heard advances struggling to prevent further. A deep, unfamiliar voice interrupts you. What exactly is going on here? Right, that's boss man. A silence overtakes the room as you all turn Susan to wait to the doorway. Boss man, there we are. Clears his voice before continuing. I've told you before I don't want to hear about anything about these so-called disappearances. From now on, Advance has been very clear there's nothing to worry about, which means that they're not our problem. And unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best to get back to work. Bossman holds her hands to keep you as everyone else leaves the room. Look between you and me, this leave it alone malarkey comes from on high. It's out of my hands. So I would appreciate it if you would refrain from talking about it further, and make sure the news is in line with what of that school of thought. Yes? He gives you a pat on the arm and a smile before leaving to carry on with whatever he was doing. He does during his workday. For better or for worse, it seems that for better or worse, public ownership is now in full swing. Right. Okay then. So, people have gone missing. They suspect it's because of Disrupt. I'm going another 100 or so days. Jesus, bloody Christ. I'm gonna keep drinking my tea. Spark to light the flames. You're surprised to find that Sam in the bed next to you when you wake up. Must have gone in very late last night from the drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let them sleep in and enjoy a lazy Sunday morning. With the house quiet, you decide to bring some breakfast into the living room to watch some TV while you eat. This is breaking news. Reports coming in from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what the authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. Drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up the volume. Yep, turn that volume up. In addition to food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on the universal menu center countrywide, a number of CCOs and civic buildings were targeted in the last night attacks. According to Prime Minister Jules Strilesby, and specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. Jesus Christ, so many words. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCOs were ill-prepared for an event like this, and the shop seems to be much more effective and well-organized in comparison. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people, given the lateness of the hour, the betterment centers were fully staffed when they came under the attacks. 17 CCOs and 4 administrative staffs lost their lives as a result of the brutal actions of Disrupt last night, with countless more injured and many seriously rushed to the hospital. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority of them seem to have evaded capture so far. More on the story as it develops. You go and turn off the TV. Interrupted by Charlie walking to the living room, bleary-eyed and with a piece of toast. Anything interesting going on? He adjusted to the TV. Mutely, you leave the news on as they cycle through the story again. Charlie watches it in harsh silence. By the end of the broadcast, they're dubbing it the night of the fire. Everything's gonna be okay, right? Yeah, it's all gonna be fine, Bob. Hope so. Charlie's a child. You need to remember that. He's a child. He was like 10 or so a while ago when he wanted to join whatever, so we need to comfort him. I'd rather comfort him than tell him that the world's ending. It'll be fine, bud. It'll be fine, mate. I'd rather comfort than fucking truth this shit. That may sound harsh, but I would rather die with dignity than die with, like, fucking, oh no, the world's ending, you know? Die thinking it's good, rather than die thinking it's shit, and I'm gonna completely just combust, I guess. Right, but now we're going back into the studio. So, I am so curious about what the hell is happening. So, there was nuclear explosions, like, probably a year or so ago at this point. Then, that killed Susie, right? A week or so after that, we went to mourn her. There's an uprising happening, holy shit. A year and a half since Liberation Night, right, a year and a half.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alex, this is Alan James. The revolution starts tonight.
Whoa,
Alex,
why are you talking to me?
help. Throughout this broadcast, we're going to ask you to do things that will directly help with this mass protest. I'll be talking to you regularly tonight, and I'll also be hacking in when I can. Please help get our message out. We're on the verge, Alex. You've always been fair and balanced in your approach to us. With your help, we can tip the balance in our favour. If you play our tape at the second break, that's when we think it will have the most impact. It's on your right.
Of Just the Job, followed at 10 p.m. by a chance to see the very last episode of Just the Job.
So what?
How
should I know?
What, you haven't heard from him?
He's a wanted criminal, Colin.
So's my nan, but she never missed her birthday.
His grandmother's on the run, Colin.
Yeah. Armed robbery, resisting arrest, double homicide on the same bloke. She's right lot.
I hope he's alright though.
No, he's got his star, and your brother was fine.
Going in 10 seconds, everybody.
Right, so...
Annoying him, probably.
Not probably, definitely.
Going in 5, 4.
Oh, she looks nice. It's been a year and a half, babes, and your brother was alright.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News broadcasting across the territories. My name is Megan Wolf. Our top
Right,
stories
so we got
tonight.
A and B,
Future
so we need to...
legend. It's been 40 days since Disrupt conducted multiple attacks across the territories. During the coordinated action, subsequently dubbed the Night of Fire, emergency services were kept busy at the agricultural centres, while a series of covert attacks were carried out freeing political prisoners, including former newsman Jeremy Donaldson.
I want to humanise him.
Journalist since the violent Disrupt attack on his convoy 6 weeks ago. Donaldson was on his way back to Betterment after his notorious court appearance. All of us here at Channel 1 hope that wherever he is now, he's safe. Food, glorious food. With the last of the menu centres opening in territories 5, 8 and 14 today, Advance confirmed that the programme is now in full operation, providing free food for every citizen of the new future. What started as rationing during the 20-week war has blossomed into a social contract that is the envy of the unawakened world. Promising a healthy, nutritious diet designed to keep all citizens at peak performance, the menu centres used locally sourced produce for that farm-to-plate experience, without the need for spreading manure in your tighty whities. If I were a rich man, problems in territories 11, 17 and 22 today as striking bosses attempted to undermine their new economies. With seemingly no awareness of irony, the former CEOs and MDs have come together to form the Wealth Creators Union, with demands including a return to 150% bonuses, debts, and mandatory grovelling zones.
Oh, fuck off.
Advance have been quick to respond, saying if they would rather quit their cushy jobs to become nurses or teachers, they'll earn significantly more than they used to pay their own workforce. Thus far, no one has taken up the challenge.
Yeah, as they should.
Signs of
Bitches.
ever more resistance to Advance's radical policies today, as popular resistance movement Disrupt extended their reach further across the territories. The organisation's emblem appeared in every major city across the territories last night in a well-coordinated publicity stunt, which has seen them dominate the headlines. Asked about the impressive display earlier today, Disrupt spokesperson Alan James said that the movement was reaching what he described as a critical mass. A poor choice of words given recent history.
Yeah.
And an ending of sorts tonight for 3 stories we've been following. As Fistful of Dollars, After a highly profitable year, Remington Smiths today announced the opening of their new high-tech underwater corporate HQ. Astounding CEO Sophia Remington, pictured here, departing for the new HQ built using underwater FLAD technology, commented, "We've put windows everywhere, saves a fortune on aquariums." A happy ending there for Sophia Remington.
That's cute.
Pass the salt, a concerning end to the tale of the trapped academics at Dante's Paint, as an image transmitted to the surface seems to show them cooking the captain of the rescue craft. After public indifference led to the mission's funding being slashed, Captain Audrey Aerospace was forced to wrestle the hastily constructed vessel through treacherous caverns to reach the stranded scientists. But on arrival, she found she hadn't been given enough fuel for a return journey. So it seems with their fate sealed, the shipwrecked scholars have reacted in the only reasonable fashion. Let's hope they've got enough croutons to go with their sailor suit.
Jesus Christ.
Bride. Things seem to have gone from bad to worse for Mr. and Mrs. Hansleaves, as speculation emerges as to the state of their marriage.
What happens?
As Tiffany completes her 10 months community service for the assault of revelers at the wedding, Johnny told a
Oh yeah, this
friend
happens,
that
didn't
she
it? They had a
sees
wedding and they
more improvements than she ever did
fought people.
cleaning my trophies. A source close to the couple said, although they're terribly unhappy, they want to stay together for the goldfish.
For the goldfish.
All that, plus we'll be taking a trip to Dangley Parks for the notice board, as well as getting a sneak peek at the hottest ticket in town. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Alright, so seems that world's going on. They don't have Jeremy in the thing anymore. They just have them harassing people, I guess. Look at that. That guy was kind of funky. Alright, you can use Megan! Megan! What's her name again? Wolf? Megan Wolf. Right, now I see you just jumped and it's coming over here.
But first, 500 days after the loss of a fine leader and a great man, the start of tonight's programme is dedicated to remembering and celebrating the life of Peter Clement.
Who's Peter
Patrick
Clement?
Bannon is live from Parliament Park, where Julia Salisbury will be breaking ground on what will soon be a memorial garden in Peter's honour.
Who's Peter Clement?
Listening to that old bitch lying through her teeth about missing that poor bastard.
Patrick.
I don't know what I'm going to do.
We're live.
Because I'm not being funny. Things were better with Peter, weren't they?
Patrick.
They were, and I don't mind saying it. They were, because he held her back. But now there's no stopping her.
Hello, Patrick. We're
Of
live.
course, can't say that, can I, Francis? No, not with public ownership. No, with public ownership, you can't say anything these days. She's lost it, mate. She's completely off the rocker. I heard from an aide that... Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what? Hello, Megan. You join me here live from the what? Oh.
Seems like we've lost some signal there for a moment. Well, we will be going live to that groundbreaking ceremony just as soon as we can get Patrick back.
Jesus
Meanwhile,
Christ!
Let me just say, I think the memorial gardens are going to be gorgeous. I've had a sneak peek at the designs and Alana Marsh has done a fabulous job. Oh, okay, all right, it seems like we have got the signal back. We can now go live to Patrick Bannon in Parliament Park. Patrick.
Thank you, Megan.
Hello, Patrick.
I'm Patrick Bannon, and
I don't think you're
we
Patrick.
are indeed live here. Apologies for the technical difficulties.
Was
there,
the other guy Patrick? I
but
forgot all their
anyone
names.
now, Julia
Except
Salisbury will
for
step
Megan
out on
Wolf,
stage
of course. She is the
behind
beloved.
Bozeman here. The boys in editing have just informed me that the eulogy footage isn't fully cut together yet.
What the
You're going to
fuck?
have to do it on the fly. For goodness sake, make sure you make it look good.
No!
This is Alan. You can undermine them here and help us win hearts and minds. Make him look bad, Alex. Really bad.
First of all, fuck you,
And
boss man.
It seems like the ceremony is getting underway. Here is Prime Minister
Oh.
Julia Salisbury.
Wait, was it the other Prime Minister guy? He was a fuck up. I'm sorry, no matter how you put it, he was a fuck up. He, like, was drunk constantly, would talk shit, swear, like a true heathen.
Loss befell the people of these newly united territories. The loss of a leader, a statesman, a dear friend, and a hero. Peter Gordon Clement.
Right, so this guy.
Peter's
thinking it was this
death
guy.
at the age of just 62, of course, announced by the team on the 24th of December, just 6 weeks after Liberation Night.
She didn't like
Born
him.
to a working class family on a housing estate in Rotherham, Peter first trained as a carpenter before getting his start on television. First moving and building scenery, and then developing into the personality that we all knew and loved so much.
Just the Job first hit our screens over 25 years ago, running for 11 series, winning multiple awards, and charming audiences up and down the country.
Peter taught us, all of us, not to be content with the way things are, not to accept inequities, no matter how small. But he also taught us what...
Don't we remember this? He literally was trying to fight people.
Integrity, empathy, and hard, bloody graft.
Across a career spanning 3 decades, Peter Clement was known for shows including Wake Up, It's Saturday, and much later, late night chat show PT, which at its peak drew millions of viewers.
Peter was by no means a saint. Trust me, he once told me he had more regrets than he'd had stolen dinners. He always did have a knack for a turn of phrase. But it speaks to the strength of his character that he chose to share with us his mistakes alongside his achievements, his faults as well as his talents.
He had a lot of faults, bestie.
Peter had the heart to give it all he had for the people of these united territories.
Famous for his potty mouth, it's estimated conservatively that Peter Clement uttered over 1.5 million swear words during his career, though some sources put this figure well in excess of 2 million F-bombs alone.
Gripped
I wouldn't
by
doubt it.
illness as he was in the weeks and months leading up to Liberation Night, he wasn't the man we loved. But his eyes still twinkled with that familiar joy for life, that spark of wit and wisdom of a life lived.
You can tell she's really trying here.
Prime Minister Clement, of course, died from apparent liver failure after suffering from the long-term effects of alcohol abuse.
I first met Peter nearly 20 years ago. Moments before I was supposed to give a speech. Not unlike this one, actually. Only I'd spilt coffee all down myself. And I was young, nervous, desperate to be liked. And from behind me, I heard, "Christ, pet, you've either pissed your kecks or sprung a leak, but either way, you got a problem." And before I could even say a word, he stripped off his dry trousers and insisted I took them. That was the sort of man that Peter Clement was. Kind, compassionate, sensitive, a brilliant thinker, a natural leader, but mostly a good man.
I think something fishy happened here.
This glorious
85? Are we in 1985?
This shining beacon of...
Thank you, Alex.
Okay, I wasn't sure what else. I was trying my best to make him not look the best.
It's really starting. You'll know when.
Okay then, as long as it doesn't affect me any more than it has. Go off, bestie.
To me,
I mean, it's killed my child.
He'll always be the man in his...
So unless you're gonna revive her, this is a one-off May, right? Today, only.
It is my great honour.
Why was this
to give to you the Peter Clement Memorial Garden. Should we see if we can get a countdown going? Everyone with me? 10, 9, 8, 7.
Now, Alex, control the message.
Mom, we have to get you to safety. Come with us.
I can't. You two, come with me. Don't panic. Help us here.
Holy fuck, what is happening?
Well, stop resisting then. Stop resisting and we'll let you up.
Not resisting. Ah!
What are you doing?
Not resisting. You all saw. Not resisting.
Turn the camera off. National Night News. We have the right to be here. I said turn the fucking camera off. Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
Yes, you can. Medics are coming. You sit down.
No, I can't hear you. I'm from the National Nightly News.
Well, then you can consider this payback. Salisbury's still here. Julia Salisbury! You were guilty of the
Songbird.
more than 10.
Target armed.
Target armed.
Haven't you done enough? Look around you. This is what your precious freedom looks like.
Holy fuck!
You've got nothing.
Right up! Take to the streets, the time has come! Stop fires! Break windows! They can't stop us all!
Lower your weapons!
Mom?
Lower your weapons!
Interface authorization was granted. None.
It was unnecessary. Can't you see?
They're fucking arresting them!
Shut that off. I said turn it off.
Turn that off.
Shocking scenes from the capital there, exclusively on the National Nightly News, and our apologies to any of our viewers who might have found this evening's events upsetting. But at the National Nightly News, we believe in bringing
Alan, I
you the
swear to
raw,
fuck.
unedited truth as it happens. And we make no apology for that. We'll update you on the latest.
Wait, why is there a person there?
Later in the program, but
Excuse me?
It's time for happier pursuits, and you know what that means by now. Don't go away. We'll be back after this. Does anyone know if everyone's safe? Are the crew okay?
All fine. The bomb was a good distance.
Thank you, Alex. From all of us, you're doing great.
Alan, I swear to God.
It's different tonight. This is the big one.
Great.
My name is
So there's a revolution happening outside, and we're off to
I'm an
Duncan
economist and
fucking Park.
That's journalism, apparently.
Can we get set for the next sequence?
Holy shit!
Well, I was wrong. And I'm here tonight to say I'm sorry. And to beg for your forgiveness.
She looks like she's being held at gunpoint.
My parents are not rich. My mother was a nurse and my father worked in a factory. I was the first member of my family to go to university.
Okay.
But I always envied my friends who have so much more.
She looks like she's being held at gunpoint.
So when Advance came to power, I didn't think about the damage they would do. I acted selfishly. I was glad to see the rich punished. I didn't see how backwards Advance were. I didn't understand that rather than tearing down the wealth creators, we should have been helping everyone else to take a seat at their table. Under Advance, the country is poor.
You look like you're being held at gunpoint, mate!
It is poor in aspiration. We are infantilized by Advance's naive policies. Policies born from absurd...
Alex, during this next section, a cameraman working in the newsroom who's one of us is going to get a coded location out. We don't know yet which camera he's on, but if we find out, I'll let you know.
Alan?
Just keep your eyes out for the fist and try and keep it on the air for at least 5 seconds.
I'm not doing shit for you.
Operatives will do the rest.
Our only hope.
This is your new makeup artist, Craig.
No.
What?
No.
Now lies.
10 seconds, everybody. Sorry, Craig. It's a no. Okay, we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News with me, Megan Wolfe. Very shortly, we'll be heading on over to the final episode of what has quickly become a hugely successful feature, The Notice Board. But before we do, let's chat with Philippa Radon. Tell me, why do you think the public love The Notice Board so much?
It's real. There, I
It's
said
also
it.
because
It connects with people. You know, people look
it
at us
happened
and they say
when
those are real
nuclear
people
things
struggling
went
with
off, so
real
people
problems.
were confused about that and probably watched that
That's a
clip like
really
10,000 times trying to
Yeah,
realize
I
what
was saying
happened.
to my PA secretary as I got out the limo, I was saying, it's good for people to see normal, authentic people like them on TV.
People like you.
Yeah, precisely. Unfortunately, then I was interrupted by some dreadful wretch who wanted an autograph, but a swift kicking from security soon put him back in line.
Holy fuck.
Yes, well, I think it's really good that our screens are filled with such relatable stories. So, The Notice Board is coming to an end after a sensational time at the top. What do you think has made this show so successful?
It's a combination of so many things. My hard work, my talent, my look.
Wow, you really have a lot to thank you for.
Hey, hey, hey. You're welcome.
We've just heard our man's on camera for.
I have a real sense of responsibility now. You know, a sense I've been entrusted with something precious and that I should use that platform for good.
Yeah, I think that's really important, that we should use this platform to do
Should
good
I?
in the world. I agree.
I'm curious though.
So I've decided to help as many
You blew that one, Alex. You there. See if you can get a message to...
Better access to education, or reducing child poverty.
Oh, no, by adopting as many as I can get my hands on.
Oh, okay. How many children have you adopted?
Oh, we're well into the double figures now, Megan. I stopped counting in the late 30s.
What? That is a lot of children.
Yeah, once we finish putting them into the guest room, I'll have to put a futon in the laundry cupboard.
Oh, you really
That is
are
what-
some sort of hero.
Hey, I live a privileged life. What
We
can I
call
say? I mean, any child.
child
Is
neglect.
a child rescued from suffering.
Poor children. Were their lives really that bad before?
Oh, they're Normans, I presume so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's shocking to think, actually, that only 1 in 10,000 children have a celebrity parent.
I'd never
keep-
thought of it that way before.
Well, I'm doing everything I can to fix those numbers.
What do you think it is about your life that's so desirable, then?
Well, it's mainly shame and panic interspersed with expensive bottled water, so actually, if anyone wants to, I'd happily trade.
Now that I can relate to. Right, you better go off and get ready. That was Philippa Radin sharing some thoughts about her lifestyle. I think it's really important to stay grounded and keep everything in perspective. Clearly, not everyone else agrees, but that's enough from me.
Jesus
Let's go
Christ.
now over to Dangly Parts for the final ever episode of the Notice Board.
Maddie's missing. Oh, that's wrong. Why is it Christian? Okay, immediately I see the cross and I'm done. No, I'm making this shit look bad.
What a day. First the tea morning, and now to post this notice. I don't know how I managed to cope with it all. Oh wait, perhaps I do.
Jesus Christ.
Oh! By St. Barnabas, what on earth is all this?
Freeze, dirtbag!
Oh, Laura, it's you. I thought for a moment you were a knife-wielding mugger or stabber.
No, I'm afraid not. It's just me, a community cohesion officer, responsible for keeping crime at record lows.
Of course, I keep forgetting that thanks to you and your colleagues, violence on our streets is a thing of the past.
What's all this, Vicar?
I know! It's a disgrace. Somebody has
We've managed to get the location code out through back channels. All you need to do is give them the go code. Give them 3 boos in a row for the next 3 cues. 3 boos, Alex.
Careful, Vicar.
Right.
It looks heavy.
Shit.
They don't call me the Right Reverend. Ripped for no reason.
You missed it.
I pressed boo!
It's no good.
Fuck
It
up,
looks
Alan.
like all those crucifix classes were a waste of time.
Perhaps you, a young...
Oh wait, the
CCO
booze that pumps down.
Oh, you're fucking us, Alex.
I didn't mean they were gay! I thought it was the shocked one.
Looks like all those lifting classes were a waste of time.
It's too heavy, even for me, a strong and capable
It's not enough. They won't go. Fall back.
strong enough to lift this.
Fuck.
Did someone call for the best firefighter in town? Hi!
Well done, Captain Evans. You're so much stronger than us.
Especially me, the weak old man.
It's the least I could do for my community.
What's happening?
No luck catching the little devil then?
Unfortunately not. The ferret struck again last night.
When Ray opened the post office this morning, he found that every single stamp had been pre-licked.
My God!
Some people have no decency.
Sadly, if we
You're
don't
drinking
catch
out of a
it
cross.
tomorrow, we may have to cancel the village fete.
Don't worry. We won't let that happen. Will we, Vicar?
No, no, no. Laura, tell me, why do they call him the ferret?
Some say it's because of his sneaky nature. But really it's because whenever he strikes, he always leaves behind the foul stench of urine.
Never fear, officer.
Are you sure that he isn't just
pissy
pissing?
nuisance and save the village fete, or my name's not Captain Danger Evans. The community cohesion team are doing their best, but they simply don't have the smarts to solve this mystery. But I know someone who does. Someone who's about to blow this thing wide open.
Please don't tell me the stage is about to explode.
Blackout!
Ah, it's the morning of the village fete, thanks to theatrical convention.
I sure hope everything goes to plan. Oh, look! There's Mrs. Craven setting up her cake stall.
And look, there's the motorcycle display team, setting up for a show that will be far too expensive for live television.
I'm going to set up the coconut shy. What are you doing, Vicar?
First, I'm running the tombola. Then, I'll be selling forgiveness for money.
Aren't you judging the jams?
I couldn't possibly.
Well, that sounded like Mrs. Craven. Looks like someone sucked all the jam out of her donut.
That damn ferret has struck again.
Whatever are we to do?
Although I'm very competent, I have no idea how to solve this case.
I guess we'll just have to cancel the fete.
Hold it right there, ferret.
Me? Have you been drinking from the fire extinguishers again?
Not you, the vicar.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Admit it. You wanted the village fete cancelled so you could have the day off, didn't you?
I already have to work Sundays. I shouldn't have to work 2 days a week.
But how did you
How did you figure it out?
Well, my first clue was the smell.
Yes, I do smell of urine.
Next, I noticed that the vicar's tongue was particularly dry, almost as if he'd been licking thousands and thousands of stamps.
Or perhaps eating Mrs. Craven's baking.
Which brings me on to my third clue. The vicar said that he had no more room for jam.
Almost as if he'd had his fill.
Precisely.
But you managed to figure it all out from that?
Well, I also found this at the scene.
That proves nothing. No!
Get him out of here, officer!
You did it, Captain. You could say you ferreted him out.
Hey, come on. Let's go and have a party in my massive garden. I am doing well.
Thanks to you, we're all doing well.
I thought that this one was the very one, but it's that one. I forgot that one existed.
That was it. The final ever episode of the notice board. And what a way to end it. Thank you as always to Jeff, Philippa and Tommy. After the break, we'll be both dancing and learning. So don't change that channel. We'll be right back.
That's the ads. Well done, everybody.
Wow! What a brilliant run, eh?
This was the break we were hoping you'd play our tape.
What?
It would have had the most impact here, but we know you
We had a tape?
and we appreciate the effort.
You said put the tape at the second one. The second break. The second break is the middle one. It is B. Suck my dick.
One last push, Alex. We're closing in.
Okay, yeah, what do you want to do now?
The last section is working with us. You'll be asked to censor on our behalf. If you do it right, the final orders will be given. We'll get 3 chances. Get at least 2 of them right, and we're going to win this thing.
Alright,
it's
2.
happening, Alex. Tonight we take it back.
Okay, well, I just spilled my tea on me, and I feel like we need to discuss that more than we need to discuss your revolution. I'm sorry, don't get pissy at me.
Please, Sarah, anything.
Hey, Mum, I'm really not supposed to say.
Are we safe?
Hi, I'm Maddie. Johnny just said to ask if you need a touch-up.
Did she? That's my shade, is it?
Yeah.
This is my shade?
From a healthy breakfast to a home-cooked dinner, the team is always at your table.
I'm gonna run back to Jenny now.
Packaged, lovingly prepared.
Sorry about that, Sarah. Nothing you can tell me. At all, like at all.
They said no one's died, that's all I can say.
10 seconds.
Because teams don't thrive.
What's wrong with you?
She is in tears.
Ugh.
Going in 5, 4.
Yeah, Megan, why are you becoming a bitch?
Welcome back to the National Nightly News.
She looks like
Later
she's
in this segment, we're hoping to be able to go
close
back
to a
Patrick
break like
Allen
Jeremy
at the scene of
was.
tonight's shocking disrupt attack. But first, I'm delighted to be joined by the cast of the smash hit musical everyone is talking about. I'll be speaking with the cast in a moment, but first, let's take a look at them in action. Please give a warm National Nightly welcome to the Novarys.
Hello?
Oh god, it's music.
Doctor?
Cool.
Yes, I see. Thank you for letting me know. I have a decent life. I'm a happy, loving wife. And my job is well paid and fulfilling. I have a husband, John. He's due home soon, won't be long. And I have to tell him something that is absolutely chilling. We share coffee in the morning, and we make love every day. We take time alone together to talk and laugh and play. We prioritize our needs. We do.
I'm gonna ignore everything that's happening outside right now.
But the flowers of a happy life are now beset by me.
I'm home.
Oh, darling John.
Oh, dearest John.
There's something very wrong. I've just had a conversation with our doctor, David Wong, so please be seated. This news will make you feel defeated. The scans revealed a lump.
You poor unlucky chump. Is it cancer?
Worse, oh, John. We're having a baby.
How can this be?
Oh, woe is me.
Why has this happened to me? I always wear 2 condoms for the maximum of
Safety in our tiny flat. We built a peaceful habitat. Now our lives are fucked. We're having a baby. Now you can't have any wine at book club.
And there won't be any time for foot rubs.
Now your hair will stink of weed.
And you'll start to disagree.
And forget about that holiday in Territory 3. No more waking up at 10:30.
Guys, feels not having a kid.
No more snap decisions to go on to a club. You'll be lucky if you even make it out to the pub. Why can't we be more like our gay and lesbian chums?
The only glue they have to deal with comes from personal bums.
Now when I take a sick day at home,
The parasite won't leave you alone.
how he's grown.
We're our top priority.
I look after you, and you look after me. Ain't no trouble and strife. We got a childless life.
Am I supposed to be censoring any of this? Because the guy saying censorship.
No one blows, no one draws things on the walls.
A happy husband.
A wonderful wife. We got a childless life.
We're having a baby.
We're having a baby. Changing nappies daily. We're having a
baby.
No more weekends by the coast. Now your kid is uppermost. It's more than a passing craze to have childless days.
We're having a baby.
Food and drink thrown everywhere. Death trap toys at the top of the stairs. Every parent prays to
like above. I'm really chilled to this.
One more thing before the show begins. Have you considered that
There's 9 minutes of this. Oh my god. Of this musical shit? I thought it was 9 musical shit. No, it's not 9 minutes of this musical shit. Press stars for that.
Amazing. The Novarys there, treating us to their opening number from Elegy for a Childless Life,
Novarys.
which is currently
Okay, I
the
get
hottest
that.
hit in the capital theatre district, and will be touring the territories later this year.
Woo!
Come on, you guys. Come on down. Let's go. Don't be shy. Hello. Hi, Megan. Hi. It's an honour to be here. Oh, really? Are you fans of the show? Yeah, it used to be. Well, listen, let's get stuck in. Your amazing musical. Now, I mean, not
That was
only
actually surprisingly
do
good.
you
I'm not gonna lie to you.
perform
I
the
was
show every single
surprisingly, like, bewildered by that.
Right, but you're also the show's creators, am I right?
Well, everyone contributed their ideas, and then some of us went away and did the actual work on the script. But no, it's very much a team effort.
Oh, that's fantastic. How rude of me. I've not introduced any of you. I'll be the one being replaced next. Let's go down the line, shall we?
Hi, I'm Jack.
Hello, Jack.
Jim Blunt. Pleasure to be here.
Jennifer Boram Woodley.
Hello, I'm John Sapley. Used to be in the business professionally.
My name's Jill, with a J.
And I'm Janet. I'm the youngest.
That's incredible. And you were all friends previously. I mean, what a coincidence, right? with your names beginning with a J.
Oh my goodness, guys! Our names all begin with J.
How did you not
We never noticed that.
Because you haven't typed them out 1,000 times, maybe?
You knew? Why didn't you say anything?
I thought we all knew. It's bloody obvious, isn't it? I just thought we were doing a funny thing where we never mentioned it.
And I believe as well as being friends, you're also couples. You know, in real life as well as in the show.
Well, not exactly.
I'm not married to him. I'm with Janet.
And I'm with John, you lucky bean.
Jim and I are married.
4 fabulous years.
Well, that must make for some confusion in the rehearsal room.
Well, you should have seen the first draft. Jen decided that Jack would play Jim, I would play Jack. Jen, Janet, Jill, Jen, Janet, Jill.
That would be...
What about John?
Well, my character was originally just called Man 1.
It was allegorical.
It was very confusing.
Not for a professional.
Too much toing and froing.
And gnashing and wailing.
And gin and tonic.
We decided that we'd just use our own names, which is less truthful.
We're also less likely to go into the wrong dressing rooms.
Oh god, yeah, that would be very embarrassing, wouldn't it?
Of course, when I first wrote it, we were only meant to run for a few nights at the Minder Village Hall, but when I registered it with the Department for Culture, it caught the eye of someone high up, and before you could say overnight sensation, we were transferring to the capital.
It's all been a bit of a roller coaster, really. I'm only 19. I'm the youngest.
You really don't have to repeat that.
I had to give up my job as a mortuary technician.
Well, yes, we all had to move to the capital.
I love that job.
It's been a very turbulent time.
So peaceful, no singing.
He does not look like he wants to be there. I feel bad for this poor man.
Stand by, Alex. Censor the orange.
Alright, censoring orange, got it.
And why you shouldn't have them.
I agree.
In a way, I guess it is political, with a small p. After all, we are a solid unit, and eagle-eyed audience members will see we nod our heads to advance on stage throughout, and we target the messaging at women aged 22, well about 35, as they're the most likely to be afflicted by this terrible problem. Terrible problem.
Having children.
You understand, Megan.
You clearly agree.
Wow, this isn't about me. Of course, we see that there are advantages to a family unit, but eagle-eyed couples watch as the little parasites advance on their lives, and there's no time to play the guitar, get the...
Yes? What up? No, I'm recording. Because it's AM. I was gonna stream tonight. How was your dentist? Swaggin'. My teeth feel weird. Did you get numb?
No.
I did it with no needles, and they said I was so cool.
Good.
Oh no, yeah, clever. So I gave you. Do you want your stickers? No, I gave you your stickers. Bye, I love you. Can you close the door? Thank you.
A book or watch a movie. They're exhausted, passed out on the
Jesus
couch
Christ.
by 20 to 9, for God's sake.
Very chatty tonight, dear.
Usually I'm the chatty one. Because
you're the youngest, we know. It's not a badge of honour, Janet.
Jesus
Janet, please, Jennifer. Oh, well said, John. Thanks, Janet. Got it back.
So, could you just tell us what is...
So whenever she talks, essentially, I'm just
well, go ahead.
reading her.
It's a tragedy, obviously. Jennifer, myself, and John have their child, and then the story charts the downfall of their hopes and dreams.
And there's lots of singing.
And dancing.
A lot.
My character works at a menu centre for a distribution unit. Eagle-eyed, she sees her friend's rapid advance to a pit of despair. Becoming a target for children's TV advertising at the age of 22, she decides to take drastic action. I can't really say more, though. I probably said too much already.
Let's not spoil the second act for anyone who might come to see it.
Which should be all of you. For too long, we've been told that a life without children is somehow incomplete, that children are a blessing. Well, I've done the research, and they're not. Besides, there's already loads of bastards running around all over the place, so...
We just want people to have the option of a happy, child-free life without stigma. You know, when I was 14, before I had come out, I had an experience with a girl called Julia Jacobs.
Holy fuck!
She was an experiment, I guess, you know, a chance to dip my toes into the...
Fascinating. Well, thank you so much for coming in tonight. I really hope you keep them dancing in the aisles for many performances to come. The noble affair. And I am pleased to say we can now go back to Patrick Bannon to get the latest from the scene of tonight's horrific events. Patrick, you okay?
That's not
Thank
Patrick.
you, Megan. This is Patrick Bannon reporting from the scene of tonight's devastating and symbolic attack tonight this evening. An attack which I myself have found myself caught up in. I'm still a little dazed and a little deaf, Megan. So I hope you'll forgive me if I seem that it's time to speak with the Prime Minister. Mrs. Salisbury, that's you. You're still here. The Prime Minister.
I couldn't leave, not when there were people that needed help. Any team player would have done the same. I don't deserve praise for being human.
Yes, no accolades here. Or Palisades. Or lemonade. Right. So, is the situation... Now, are we safe?
Yes, the security services performed their duties without hesitation. And I would like to assure the public that although there have been some injuries, there were no civilian deaths here this evening.
Oh, that's good. News about the Sorry, did you say no death?
Go off, Patrick!
No civilian deaths. Just the four disrupt terrorists curtailed by law enforcement.
They're civilians!
Were, as always, so cohesive. If I may, I have a message for your viewers.
Of course, the camera, speak there, on the camera there.
You good, Dad?
Stay at home tonight.
Fake Patrick.
Do not become another casualty of war. Disrupt have had their moment.
What the fuck is happening?
As the departed Peter Clements once famously said, it ends today.
Thank you, Prime Minister, for those strong words of strength. Back to the studio. Megan, now in the studio with Megan Wolf now.
Patrick Bannon there, bravely... I thought that went quite well. Tonight's horrifying bombing. Maybe you need to get checked out, Patrick. Well, that brings us to the end of...
What the hell is happening?
But before we go, tonight's National Nightly News.
Victory is in sight, my friends.
Whoa, whoa!
You have come together.
Hi.
From our agents at the television networks.
Through a series of coordinated coordinated attacks, these terrorists are attempting to undermine Advance's vital work. However, sources at team headquarters have told us that this acid revolution was not only predicted, but allowed to happen. Our government have lured Disrupt out from the shadows, and they are not the overwhelming force they would have you believe. The military have been actioned, and well, it's pretty scary out there tonight, so stay at home and stay with Channel 1, because the team has a
It's getting closer.
Turbulence will soon be over. We're going to once again focus our minds.
It's getting closer. Alan. It's getting closer, boss man.
Let's make tomorrow better. And we're out. I threw up a bit in my mouth just then.
Damn it, Alex. Tonight is the beginning of the fall of Advance. What's Jet, 11 o'clock?
Alan. Alan.
Charges reached, sir. Permission to detonate. Permission granted, old friend.
No.
Go to detonate.
What?
Look out of your window, Alex. See what you helped make happen.
Oh, God. I don't think I wanted this at all. I don't think this is wanted at all. Holy fuck. Helicopters. Hello? Excuse me, hello? Okay? We're still getting our generous bonus. Alright, we're comfortable. Good on. Feels crazy. Government hates us right now. Okay, you know what? This is okay. This is fine. I'm fine. This is fine. I'm waiting for Megan Wolf to break. That's all I want to see now. I'm waiting for Jeremy to make a return. What the fuck? Just. Huh? Hello? Cat? Excuse-moi? Oh my lord. Alright. 9:13. So this is the day after. You arrive at work a little early, despite a stressful journey in. You still aren't quite sure of everything that happened. There is a swarm of CCOs all over the building. Is anything to go by? This isn't just Channel 1 matter. This is confirmed when you are informed you need to speak to Bossman immediately and are escorted to his office. You sit nervously outside waiting for your boss. A few minutes later, Bossman's arrives looking disheveled and with a stern-looking CCO in tow. Yes, Winston, good. This is Special Abe's. She'll be observing this interview. Please come in and take a seat. The ruddy-faced man bustles down into his office and leaves the door open for you to follow. The few times you've been here before, it was immaculate with everything in its proper place. Not so today. Must be serious for Bossman beast this bastard. So, Alex, do you know why you're here today? Bossman's eyes are sharp as he gazes. As his gaze fixes onto your face from across the desk. Abel's is standing behind you, out of sight, but definitely not out of mind. I'm going to assume it's what happened with this job last night. Or I wasn't involved in anything that happened last night. I'm trying to keep my skin clean, because I was going to come for Sam. They can't come for Sam or my son. They can't come for my family. But last night was nothing short of accumulation of heinous and outrageous campaigns of terror that the Disruptors have been reaping on this nation and its territories. Bossman shoots a glance behind you on the left where CCO observer is standing. And it is, of course, our duty to root out this rot. Oh god, sorry. to root out this rot wherever we find it, to prevent anything like last night happening ever again. I've been asked by Advance to perform interviews with all staff members involved and will be submitting personal review of your performance, both during the incident in question and throughout your time here. This can only end well. Shoots you a quick smile. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. Arranging some papers, Bossman clears his throat and begins. Obviously a lot happened last night, and I have a number of interviews to conduct today, so I'd rather none of them take any longer than necessary. Please be brief and concise and clear in your answers. You nod. So, let's start at the beginning of the broadcast and work our way through. After the attack at the memorial, you seem to have portrayed terrorists in quite a sympathetic light. Why? I said what was happening. The news. That's our job, right? That is our job. Yes, of course, and with everything in flux, you weren't to known what would happen next. I'm certain you did the best you could, Alex. You always do. Bossman scribbles down some notes. The noise of his pen scratching into notepad punctures by the only constant of his ornate clock. Hopefully this will all be over soon. Towards the end of the show, there appear to be some issues with the sensor equipment. At this point, Bossman pauses for a moment, putting a lid on the pen and placing it carefully on the desk, perpendicular to his notebook. How do you explain the fact you censored perfectly acceptable language during the final segment? There seems to be an issue with the machine. Frank probably forgot to do his chat scan. Or so this is shifting the blame to someone else specifically, so then that's going to put them under light. Or just saying, it's my job, I'm just doing my job. I don't want anyone in particular to get hurt. But it's probably the safest way to keep me safe and my family. Suppose it's only possible the machine could have malfunctioned. Much more likely than the malfunctioning of such a competent employee. We'll be sure to make sure they had the maintenance looked at right away. With the price to be paid, I expect it to at least last another 20 years, just like the last one, Bossman chuckles. I think questions will have to answer. At this point, Bossman took out a pair of glasses and placed them somewhat delicately on the end of his nose. Then the portly man leaned forward to examine his notes in detail. Now, obviously we expect the odd bit of interference here and there is unavoidable, but, however, he paused, turned to an agonizing page. Interference is not the same as terrorist propaganda. Would you like to care to explain how quite so much of the message was found its way onto our airwaves? Everyone else going on it didn't realize until it's too late. The machine's been out of date for years, even with the last update. Even the last update didn't make my life any easier. At the corner of your eyes, you know your special ables visibly more attentive, awaiting your boss's response. Well, it's certainly true that accidents happen with various stresses of the last night's broadcast. I don't think anyone could begrudge you your slight drop in attention. Bossman smiles warmly at you as Abel turns to a passive stance. You offer a strained smile back. Sorry, Bossman, but I'm throwing you under the bus. You're trying to help me so much, but like, I'm sorry, babes. The loud creak breaks the growing silence as Bossman leans back in his chair. The tape of poor Miss Brightman. Why did you play it? Help me understand. Why did you play that tape? As you meet his gaze, you're almost surprised to see an earnest soul in the old man's eyes. It seemed like the news. Isn't that what we do? Show the news. I was worried what the script might do if I didn't play it. Right, now this one's interesting, because if we say I was worried what Smart might do if I didn't play it, then that is showing that I at least have some sort of connection to them, and I was being contacted through them, and if I didn't do it, they were going to threaten me. But if it's like, it just seemed like the news, is what we do. That's completely shrugging off all responsibility, but it can come back to bite me in the ass. So can this one though, because it's showing that I have some sort of connection with Disrupt at one point or another, and they were threatening me. Now, who would you trust more? Someone who seems to be a lot more defensive of, it just seemed like the news, that's what we do. Especially we show the news, don't we? Or would you be more like, oh, I'm being threatened. And besides, Bossman looks concerned. He looks concerned, okay? You watch as Bossman slowly cleans his glasses. before answering. Well, at the end of the day, you chose to do it, Alex. I don't know what I would have done in your shoes. But I think it's clear enough that you thought it was the right thing to do, and that's all we can ask of you. He clears his throat and leaned forward again, a smile once again on his face. I believe that's all I had for you anyhow. Thank God it's over. I think that's all the information we need to know. Thank you. Can we have the room, please? This last is to the CCO, who begrudgingly accepts you and hears the door, and you hear the door close behind you. Look, Alex, I don't know how you were involved last night, and frankly, I don't want to know. But honestly, it doesn't look good. I've done what I can because I like you, but I can't promise it'll be enough. Best to go home for now. There's no work for you until we get a new satellite tower up anyways. As you leave, you see what almost could ascribe sympathy in the old man's eyes. Back to normal? Absolutely not. Right. So 9:13, now it's... This has been happening over like years now. Waiting for some. It's your anniversary. This year, you've got a plan. A week away could just be what the doctor ordered for you and Sam, but it won't be cheap. Small million Sam, but worth every penny. And not much on Harley. No. We are comfortable. Not quite breaking even. Oh god, we're red. We're in the red. Last time you went away, it was an amazing weekend together. This time's gonna be even better. And what better way to start off by going all out and cooking a nice meal from scratch? Fancy! Sam's gonna love it. Yes, they are! Even you and Chris seem to be on the same page for the first time in years. Maybe it's been long enough for them to forgive you, or perhaps they've decided that it was unfair to ask you, but either way, you're grateful for this newfound peace. Fuck you, Chris. You asked my passport and then made a massive deal about it. That I didn't give it to you. I'm not giving you my passport! They even helped you clean up the house today so that when Sam gets back from work, it'll be pristine. You hear cars in the lock and put the final touches in place. As Sam steps into the hallway, you're waiting in the doorway into the kitchen. You're waiting doorway to the kitchen. Dressed to the nines and acting nonchalant as possible. Alex? What's all this? Oh my god, did you clean? And what is that smell? They give you a quick kiss as they step past you into the kitchen. The banquet is laid out, candles lit, with Chris and Charlie standing quietly grinning. Oh my god, Alex! Happy anniversary, Sam. Happy anniversary, come from your two cheerleaders. As Alex turns to you, smiling with tears in their eyes. Alex, it's perfect. Sam rushes over to you and kisses you softly, only breaking off when you get a less than subtle cough from Charlie. Our band's having this first gig this weekend, and that's our cue. Come on, Charlie. Time for us to go. Have fun, you two. Chris, thank you. Sincerely. You're welcome. Now I should have go to get what? Words, please. Now I should go get our dinner. You can grill Charlie when he's back. Tomorrow. As in not tonight. See ya. With a wink, they finish ushering Charlie out of the house. You pull out Sam's chair for them. You are being blessed, babes! Why, thank you! Sam says, taking a seat and grinning at you. So, Charlie's been busy. They shake their head as take off. Oh, shit! Read the rest of that for me! Editing me! I love you too, they breathe. Admiring the panoply of food you prepared for them. Now, where on earth do I begin? They laugh as you pour the first glass of champagne of the evening. You're very lucky to have such a wonderful family. Who could have asked for more? So this spans like a couple of years now. Jesus Christ! A job down? 176. How many days has it been since day one? I didn't realize it would go on for like 1,700 days. Everything's ready. You and Sam have been trying to watch Bullet Man for years, but you missed it in cinemas and it never seemed to be in stock when one of you went to pick up the VHS. Now you're waiting for them to get home so you can start. You hear the front door open as you put down the bowl of popcorn. on the coffee table. We're ready to go. Get your butt in here. Sam comes in with a vacant stare, ignoring both film and snacks as they sit down next to you. You actually have to nudge them to break through this stupor. Sam, what is it? Oh! I've been let go from work. Sam is just staring into space. Apparently this isn't need for 2 nursery teachers anymore. Not enough children. They can't justify the expense. Honey, I'm so sorry. It'll be okay. You'll find another place. No, you don't get it. There just isn't a demand for younger year teachers anymore. Not just here. Anywhere. I don't know what I'm going to do. What are we going to do? You pull Sam into a hug. I know things are tough, but we'll think of something. How, Alex? We're barely scraping by as it is, and now... Sam starts to sob. We're going to have to sell the house. I can't see any other option. We've got too many debts to pay. If that's what we have to do, fine. It's only the 2 of us living here now anyways. I suppose you're right. Still, I hate the idea of leaving this place. Think of everything that's happened here, Alex. They fall silent, thinking. Eventually you start the film, but neither of your hearts are in it. Too busy thinking about the future. Still, a house isn't everything. It's the people who make it a home. A home is where the heart is, after all. Right, so if I didn't buy that thing, like, how many years ago now? We would have still had our house. Oh, back in the studio. As always. Right, lad. Paradise. I was about to say, don't say, just fucking crashed. 3 years since the uprising, right? So it's been 3 years.
Hello, Alex. I've checked the schedule for tonight. Nothing major to report. Certainly isn't anything you can't handle. Still, at least my daughter's in for Advance's new initiative. That should liven things up a bit here. Keep up the good work.
After the birth of their unexpectedly large family. At 9:15, it's What Music is Best? A rundown of the top-selling songs.
Why is it
Expect catchy tunes and
only these guys?
sexual nature. Not one to miss. At 10 p.m., it's time for Julia's Diary. The popular Prime Minister reads extracts from her diary at the front of a warm fire.
Okay.
The latest episode of our drama series, Better Mate, which tells the inspirational story of Emily
Wait, what's happening here?
and the brave doctors and technicians struggling
And
to
this
help
is
her
Jenny.
shed her
She's
old
the floor
habits
manager.
and
Hi,
adjust to the
Stacey.
new future. Strong language and
That's
themes of
Colin.
self-control,
He,
so not one for the kids.
Do you know, just don't talk to Colin.
Incisors is at 11:15.
Getting involved and bring your daughter
and
to
Dr.
work, eh,
Adrian
Colin?
Atkinson
Nah, we don't believe in it.
Oh, they've got like a new thing.
Believe
in what?
Just days.
How did it all go so wrong?
Oh shit, this is her
That's
son.
followed by the territory
Had a
weather
girl.
report, advanced briefing, and
10
pages from
seconds, everybody.
Now
Not her son. Sorry, what? Her daughter. My brain just
Okay, we are
fucking
going in
died.
5,
First,
4,
time to put on your thinking
3.
glasses as we go over to Megan and the team at the end.
Good evening and welcome to the NNN. I'm Megan Wolf. And who's this, you might be wondering? Well, it's Bring Your Daughter to Work Day here at Channel 1. So I'm joined tonight by my foster daughter, Stacey. Say hello, Stacey.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay then, we got a spicy one.
Here are the stories that
Feeling
matter
them
to
about
you.
it.
First up, with Advance confirming that the nuclear fallout from the 20-week war is to blame for the drop in birth rates across the territories, we asked you, what keeps you going? I know that I, for one, was quite deflated when I heard about this, but reading all your submissions
Don't make sense by
has
saying
really
that
put
later
the
on.
smile back on my face.
She does not look happy
This
at all.
is from Drew in Humberset. To take our minds off things, me and my partner have been building this house for our hamster.
Oh,
it
that's
really
cute.
does distract us from thinking about the 85%.
85%?
So next week, we're building Nibbles a tiny conservatory, a loft conversion, and a holiday home.
Oh!
Thank you for that. And if you've started a new hobby, do write in and tell us about
Okay
it.
then.
Next
That's
up,
a
you know
large
how
percent
we love your uncanny,
people.
comestible coincidences, and I don't know about you, but I think this one really takes the biscuit.
She really isn't
Not sure
hanging
what
out.
I'm more impressed by, Stacey. The things our viewers spot are the unbelievable way our menu centres are now able to feed every team
Is she
member
okay?
every single day. Greg from Proddington has sent us this lovely photo of their breakfast saying, I couldn't bring myself to eat my toast this morning because I could swear it bore the spitting image of the great Julia Salisbury's relatable face.
Oh my god.
So I had to make do with a plate of butter and 2 spoonfuls of jam.
Ew!
Do keep those coming in. You have a go. We've just got time for one more of your stories, and this one is an inspiring story of rehabilitation. That's it, just tell us who it's from, yeah, and then read it out. Okay.
Apparently, this is from Sherry Intendant. Here I am, just 6 months out of betterment. I'm healthy, sober and working thanks to the facilities I had access to on the inside. I'll never have to go back to my old life of stealing cars and burning down charity shops. I just wanted to share.
Okay then.
We absolutely love hearing the way
She
our
looks
neighbours
so
and team members
uninterested.
have been able to become better people. So do let us know your stories here. You can do this bit, Stacey.
No, you're right.
Come on, give it a try.
Let us know your stories here at the NNN.
Right, bit of a change of pace coming up here. You'll need to use the SFX buttons for the next segment, but advance have already selected when and what to use.
What's the SFX button
Just
again?
follow your government orders.
Government orders? Wait, why is there a government thing here? This is all starting to peculiarize me.
First up tonight on the NNN, it's time to celebrate this week's team lottery winners live from the Shakespeare Theatre right here in the capital. We're going to hand over to Julia Salisbury. I suppose you don't think much of her either, eh, Stacey?
She's got a lot more going for her than you wankers.
Okay, surprising vote of approval there from Stacey. Let's go
Damn.
live to that right now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's Team Awards. Of all the many duties I have as team leader, this is by far the most pleasant. As I so often say to you, the uneven path is now
What do you want me to
following
do?
the demise of Disrupt, firmly behind us. This is the new.
Oh,
and
God.
I say to you, it's better now. I am delighted to be joined here tonight by one of the oldest people in Territory 1. He was born over 107 years ago.
107?
Please
Jesus
give
Christ, how
a
old are you?
warm team welcome to Alfie Tatchbadger. So, Alfie, you must have seen so much in your lifetime. What have been some of the highlights? Alfie? Is he all right?
His hearing aid isn't turned on.
Oh, could you turn it on?
Oh, that's
Because
awkward.
it drains the battery.
Will you tell him that we'll buy him a brand new battery after the presentation?
Yeah, he says that's fine then.
Then turn on the thing.
And I will help him with that, yeah.
If you would. Sorry, can't get the staff.
We got it.
Good on you, lad.
So, Alfie. What? You're 107 years old.
Oh, don't bloody remind me.
Would you like to tell the audience what that's like?
Where is everybody?
Out there, in the dark. Oh, bless him, it's not just the ears.
Who are you? 2 sugars, please.
I'm Julia Salisbury, the Prime Minister.
I like this story. Who are you really?
No, I really am the Prime Minister.
Oh, so you're
a woman.
Oh, one of
Women can do anything men can do these days, Alfie.
Can you piss standing up?
I can't say I've ever tried.
No, I didn't think so. 2 sugars, please, and not too much milk.
Shall we get to the awards, Alfie?
Whoa, are you going to ask me about my life?
Well, I'm not sure we have enough time left now for that.
We have 10 minutes, babes.
I wanted a pet, so I asked my mum and pap. There was no television then, back then, you know. We made our own entertainment out of coal and roadkill.
Damn.
Well, that's fascinating.
So they got me a pet, see? But it weren't a dog. They told me it were a dog.
It's not a
but
dog.
It were a stone. Yeah. So I called it Patch, which was a popular name for a dog back then, on account of the king having a patchy face. And I decided to introduce him to pretty little dirty Thimble, who lived up the road.
Oh, how romantic.
She threw my dog in the river.
Bro!
That's the day I decided I'd never marry.
And that's the secret to your long life?
Oh no, I've been married 7 times.
Jesus Christ.
Divorced 8. There was a mix-up with number 3, see? Yes, I'm just lucky. Are we going back to the home soon?
Soon, Alfie. First, let's turn to the reason we're all here. The weekly Territory 1 Team Awards.
Woo!
First up tonight is a lady who really knows how to put in the extra hours. She works at a transition centre in Handle-Bandlebury, and she has single-handedly allowed more families to unburden each other than any other nurse in Territory 1. In the uneven path, she'd have been locked up. Tonight, she is being honoured as a team player. Please welcome Daphne Snister.
Who the hell are you?
Are you here to change me?
Just give her a medal, Alfie. There's a good boy.
He looks majorly uncomfortable.
Doctor, I mean, 2 sugars, please. And don't let it steep too long.
I think you're supposed to give me one of those.
Old people, man.
There he goes. Look.
This poor old man.
Can't get the arms up any higher than that. You'll have to go down now.
Thank God those fractious times are behind us, and now the territories are thriving.
Are we in? As the actor said to the bishop.
Yes, thank you. I've got it from here.
Well done. Don't you, Daphne?
Well done. Daphne Snister, everybody. Now, open your envelope and find out what you've won. Don't hold back there. She's tougher than one of Peter's homemade Ethel's cakes.
Got it. I've won a holiday for 2 in Territory 15. Used to be called San Palmerino, didn't it?
I believe it did, yes.
Why couldn't we have stuck with that then? It's easier to remember.
We're all one nation now.
Hang on a minute. Isn't it still on fire?
Daphne Snister, everyone.
Oh, what about my change?
I'm not governing censoring. Beyond censoring, are we doing a swear words?
We'll get to that, Alfie.
Right, you are, love.
Next up tonight is a couple from Farnley who, after a rocky start losing their family's ill-gotten gains to the Assets and Wealth Act, have really embraced the new future. Setting up a community farm and a zoo in their local area for all the local children to play. Please welcome Otho and Lobelia Jackson Randy-Gannett.
Woo! Good job. Get them. Looking all snazzy.
You know, when I was in the trenches, I had a pal called Scotty Wilson. He was from way up north, so I didn't understand a bloody word he said. But he were my best mate.
You were my best mate.
Probably for the best.
And his best
Okay, yeah, just take the medals.
Roger A. There was them.
Oh, they're dubbing each other, that's
Unstable
cute.
Terry, and of course, Leggy Sydney. She were a girl, but she had a boy's name, so they shipped her to the front anyway. First girl any of us has ever seen pose up. She's dead now.
Okay,
they
then.
all are. Smudger and Scotty never made it home. Fiddly got shanked in Frankfurt prison in an argument over an olive. And Terry, he exploded quietly at home. Cindy got a fatal skin condition. Scratched herself to death.
Are you okay, Alf? Alfie's seen some shit.
Great contribution. So, Otho and Lobelia, a petting zoo.
After we lost all our wealth, but we discovered
Wait, it's these guys.
who would never even own a pony. So we decided to do something about it. That's the type of people we are, you see. Advantage of a private education, probably.
Well, I'm sure we could debate that all night, but there's no time. So, let's see what you've won.
Yes, but before we do, there's something I want to say to you.
Oh, absolutely. Every citizen of the new future has my ear.
When advance came to power, you took all of our wealth. You took the shirts off of our backs.
Quite literally, in my case, I used to collect shirts.
Yes. You might as well have the rest of it, too.
Oh god, it's not this
God,
again.
not again. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Bennies and the news are not good bedfellows. Keep those flappy bits off my channel, Alex.
Yeah, I'm trying, mate.
And you are? Oh, nice.
Got to go. It isn't right and it isn't fair.
You tell him, girl. That's my wife, you know.
I thought that's your sister.
You can't mix pearls with swine, it isn't right. We used to have 3 horses, then turned to Bethel and hung well. And now what have we got? 2 mangy goats, 1 mongrel dog called Kenneth, and a rooster that won't bloody shut up!
Can we get this over quickly with, please?
As the actress said to the bishop. Oh, here we go again. Hello, Alfie Tadge-Badger. Pleased to meet you.
Jesus. Oh shit.
Oh, don't worry, love. I'll protect you. Oh,
I've got a great what he knows.
You know,
Right, I want to hear what Alfie's got to say.
And we go to the promenade at Shining on Sea and watch all the pretty girls on the beach.
She's being cornered right now.
Black and white then, of course. We'd visit the Penny Arcade and try to win a block of lard
shit.
to take home to the family. You couldn't buy
The
lard
fuck?
in those days. You had to win it. Oh, it was so much simpler back then. Boys were boys, girls were girls. Everyone else was recruited by the circuses.
Why are they violently beating her up?
Their big tents and their candy floss. You hear the music, the pipe organ, drifting over the nearby fields. My mum used to call it the most magical sound in the world. This was before she lost her hearing after giving a particularly loud round of applause. Did you ever go to the circus?
What's that, Alfie?
The circus, oh, never mind. Just the tea, Pet.
Well, that was an unexpected dose of naked nostalgia.
Oh god, so that was like
Some people simply can't let go of the
3-ish years ago
That's
now.
why I look in joy and fervent admiration at the younger generation. So cohesive, such a team. And with fertility falling throughout the territories, we should value our fabulous new generation now more than ever. Our final winner tonight is a go-getter who really went and got 'em, helping to root out more than 170 disrupt collaborators in his own neighbourhood. Since then, he's gone on to be a senior cohesion cadet leader and organised all of the entertainment at last year's Camp Cooperation. Our final winner tonight, Edwin Neverlay.
Good on you,
Oh,
Edwin. Fucking snitch.
Used to be in a transition centre, you old non... Prime Minister. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We're very similar, in my opinion.
Well, I've never been much of a role model.
Nonsense. Prime Minister, you have saved this country. You have fought enemies, foreign and domestic, with an iron fist. As with my own tiny fists have I.
Well, let's open the envelope and find out what you've won. Maybe it'll be a fist enlargement.
Snitch.
year's internship as a behaviour coach at Betty. Let's show the fools where they went wrong, eh?
Well, actually, betterment is about rehabilitation, Edwin.
Absolutely. And if they don't reintegrate, we retaliate. Just like you did on Liberation Day. Thank you for this award. And stay vigilant. Report the non-cohesives. Be a team player.
That concludes tonight's award.
Okay, that
Join me
kid's
next
terrifying.
week when hopefully, things will be a lot more normal. Back to you, Megan.
Prime Minister Salisbury there at a highly eventful team awards ceremony. Any thoughts on this week's winners, Stacey?
The nurse was fucking scary, the preteens were saggy, and that little prick will never lose his virginity.
Succinct you put there, if a little profane. After the break, we'll be going live to a star-studded premiere. You won't believe who's on the red carpet tonight. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back after this. And we're out.
Oh, Alex, one other... What's that? You're off already? I know you had to take the day off work with Junior, but... Oh, I see. No luck still with Theodore.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, darling. Of course.
Oh no.
I'll speak to you later. Oh, Alex. Completely forgot what I was going to say. Blast it all. Still, I'm lucky to have her.
Some kind of tragic...
Who's Petunia? Who's Theodore?
Stuff.
Yeah, that. It's like having him back in the chair.
Do you reckon he's watching us somewhere? Laughing. You.
Are you watching us?
Are you receiving us?
Are you fucking with us?
Oh, right. So she can swear.
Ha! Yeah, she can swear. She's awesome. That's why we love you, Jenny. We're a Jenny Stan club in this household.
And faster than ever before.
Also, I still find it fucked up that there's like no normal television. It has to be the government-approved ones and the Channel 1 one.
We have less stress, and we are healthier
So,
than
Patrick and Robin are just going to grab her down and then you've got these generic links in the order for you to glue it all together.
They do know I have a Queen's View degree in journalism.
Don't you wish you'd studied something useful now, eh?
Let's bring your daughter to work day. What a chap.
Where is our honoured guest?
Sitting around that boy band hotspot.
Heat rash. Hotspot when it lasts.
Heat rash. Oh God, they're running out of names, aren't they?
I hear the computer comes up with them. The songs too.
Yeah.
Ah, there she is, and just in time
The
too.
woman of the
It's
hour.
10 seconds, everybody.
What have you been up to?
What's it to you?
And we are going in 5, 4, 3.
Alright, lads.
Welcome back. Stacey's still here.
Wishing she wasn't.
Thanks, Stacey.
Stacey,
And
you're getting
in
the
this
hang of
segment,
this,
we're
babes.
delighted to have sent Robin and Patrick to the movies. Yes, tonight is the world premiere of The Automated, starring Lawrence Blunderclatch and the late, great Helena Canterbury Boatshoe. And all the stars are out tonight. We first covered this film almost 5 years ago, back when it was called The Medicated. Then, for mysterious reasons, the film was suddenly pulled the night before its release. Well, since then, executive producer George Focus has spent 5 long years polishing the film and turning it into a special edition and premiering tonight. With extensive state-of-the-art visual effects and a top-quality voice team, George says it's the movie he always wanted to make. Now, let's take a look at it.
This just looks the same, but more technology.
I can't deconstruct it.
Captain?
I can't deconstruct it.
This
robots.
This looks the same.
Is this a wig?
You think I don't grow that?
This is the same.
No, Dick, I'll kill you. Think of Saturn.
There's something on your face, Chief Harrison. I wish you were real, baby. Flesh and blood.
Captain Quasar.
But you're just ones and zeros, baby.
This is...
If only I'd noticed.
Captain Quasar.
You rusted, but I didn't notice.
Captain.
I'm buffering, Dick, you said.
Got one on you.
God damn it, lost it all.
Here's a map.
What's a map? Okay, so head north on Interstellar Avenue.
This is the same! Oh my god. Also, it looks like really bad lip syncing.
Uranus. What are these symbols? This corner. This is the key.
Shut it down.
Yes, yes, we can shut it down. Yes, we can shut it down. But we have to ask ourselves, who are we?
That's not what they said. The lip syncing is so off. Oh
Gosh, thrilling stuff. What did you think, Stacey?
The robots were alright, I guess.
Go Stacey!
They certainly were. Let's go over to Robin Short now in Western Square, who I believe has got the star of the show. Robin!
Right, you, shall we?
Yes, we are live from Western Square with a man who needs no introduction, Florence Blunderclatch. How has your evening been so far?
Magical. Absolutely magical. My most dear friends all gathered here to celebrate my work. One really couldn't ask for much more, could one?
Well, on that note, with award season just around the corner, are you hoping to add to your collection for a third time?
Well, I really couldn't say. But if the association deigned to honour me for a fourth time, so be it. It's really not for me to say. But let's just say that I know of 3 little gold men who are getting rather lonely.
Absolutely.
Okay, then.
Because I've won 3 little awards.
And each more deserved than the last. Well, it's safe to say that your career has gone supersonic in the last couple of years. How's that been?
Well, as I was saying to Stephen only yesterday, that's Stephen Spellman, the Stephen Spellman, lovely chap. I mean, unbelievable mind. I said, Stephen, you know, this really has been quite the ride. Did you know what he said?
This is just,
He agreed
holy
with
fuck, lad. So much just happened. Now we're just covering up with this bullshit.
And what do you attribute
Also, that was the
your
exact
success
same
to?
thing, just a different filter on it.
Well, if we're talking actual numbers, I'd have to say 60% talent, 30% looks, and 10% passion, brackets general. Not to mention the incredible coverage on election night. That really was the start of it all. That and my own range of sick bags. Lawrence's Chundercatch.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Who could forget? Well, it's been a delight talking to you, as always. Thank you so much.
But not yet. Wait for the green light.
Well,
So I'm
Patrick
doing.
Bannon should be with Lil C for a conversation that doesn't involve vomit. Patrick!
Thank you, Robin. Let's hope not.
Patrick looked like they've been
Billy Bob Jean
bopping off.
Surely you recognize
We
my
know that's not
youngest
Patrick, because the
pop
other Patrick
sensation,
ran away after
Lil
he started
D.
spewing a bunch
Her Lil C
of government
coming down the drops
bullshit.
Actually,
This is
we're
a 12-minute
expecting Lil C.
section.
Is she?
She's around. She's not been feeling very well. She's put me in charge.
Has she?
Well, the courts have. They gave me stewardship over her estate, her finances, and her internal soul. Praise Craglar!
Praise Craglar.
Wow. But is she coming just because we've got some questions for her?
Well, she might be along later, but as her legal and spiritual guardian, I'll be happy to answer any questions on her behalf.
And Lil D, was it? Well, you look great.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I feel great.
Well, who are you wearing?
I'm wearing Little C, and you could be too.
Really?
Wait, isn't that the
Little
chick
C's
that
new line launches tonight. This is
did
one of
that
my
dress?
favourite looks.
Not that
It's
dress, that
called-
show a while back.
Oh, what a unique name!
Honestly,
Hard to spell, though.
But of course, Lil C is basically fashion royalty now, with a veritable clothing empire to her name.
Yeah, well, the label's gone from strength to strength
Oh,
since
that's
our
her dad.
initial TV
Little
launch.
Bobby
on this very show,
Boots or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So really, we have all you to thank for all this. You know, this hat cost more than my second jet. Feel that?
Yes, it's a nice hat.
Person.
And Fruits magazine has named me the youngest self-made success story ever.
And do you have any advice for anyone wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Absolutely. All you need to succeed on your own is your family's financial backing and pre-existing fame. It's not rocket science, people.
Oh,
I feel like it
but in
might
sadder
be.
news, am I right that Lil C is going to be retiring from music?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm sure you can imagine. At 25, she's far too old for pop music now. She can't keep up with these young stars.
She's
so
like
her best of album is
25.
out now,
That's
and
not
she's
old,
touring that
bestie.
later this year. And then her farewell tour the year after that. And that's her last chance to see her. So, until the reunion tour, and then the classic tour after that. But it's been a long and varied career, as you can imagine. She's very, very proud.
Oh, and if her health's bad, then maybe it's for the best.
What's wrong with her health? Oh, yes, her health. Her poor health. And it's surprisingly expensive treatments. Curse you, Zaytan! Damn your intergalactic justice!
Oh, yeah. Well, we better be letting you get back. Those babies aren't going to sell themselves, or possibly at all. Billy Bob, Lil C, D, thank you so much for joining me, and do pass our best wishes to Lil C.
Who? Oh.
Now, it looks like Robin is with a music legend who actually is irreplaceable. Is that who I think it is, Robin?
It absolutely is, Patrick. Jesus, I almost can't believe you're here. How have you been?
Jesus.
I like to walk amongst the peoples every now and then.
It's fucking Jesus, but Jesus.
Right, yes.
And to be close is to be human. And to be human is to be apart.
To be apart?
Oh, that was good, write that down. Rachel, write that one down.
It's good to see you've done so well for yourself.
Thank you, my child. You know, I have you to thank for that. If it was never for your show supporting me and my music, I never would have transcended.
Now, there are rumours going around that you might be running for office. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, that's absolutely true, yeah.
But you're aware that elections have been suspended in the territories?
No, I'm not running to be no Prime Minister.
Oh, you're not?
No. I'm gonna be King of the Moon.
You're gonna be King of the Moon, right? Yeah, that's gonna go bloody well.
King of the Moon?
Yes.
No, sorry. You're running for King of the Moon?
Who lives on the moon?
No, not running. It's my birthright.
Bruh.
Yes,
as
and
Jesus.
Does this have anything to do with promoting your upcoming hip opera, Jason Space?
Hush now. Cynicism is so unmoon.
Okay. And how long will this last? Will it go the way of last year's Living as a Mouse fiasco? Or maybe your foray into ventriloquist beats?
I don't make the moon rules. I merely live by them.
Are you
so, are you looking forward to seeing The Automated?
You know, I don't believe in film. Thou shalt keep thine image still unholy. That's track 4, Jesus Christ Megastar.
Okay, thank you for your time, and good luck with your new life in space.
Alright, good luck, bestie.
And with you, my child.
Well, Megan, that's what success looks like.
Success looks like
I'm
us.
going to see if we can grab someone else to have a chat. Back to you.
Thanks, Robin. But I think Stacey and I are probably in quite enough trouble where we are. So, 3 big names there, Stacey.
Yeah, big names.
Any thoughts about them? Maybe from your generation's perspective?
You won't like my opinion.
Go on, try me.
Well, Bumbanonk is so old he's like 1 week away from a transition centre, so who cares? And Lil C was cool when I was like 12 or something, but now she's just another fucking loony.
Jesus,
And Jada
stop swearing
is
on
a
the air,
dick-sucking
babes.
wanker who should have died with the rest of them 3 years ago.
You're right.
You agree with me?
No, you're right. I don't like your opinion. But thankfully, we can go back to Patrick now.
Patrick!
Who has another familiar face to catch up with. Oh, Patrick, what's the atmosphere like there?
It's absolutely electric, Megan. I can't quite believe it either, but he's here. It's Crazy Neil.
Hey, hi, ho, how you doing?
Neil, our audiences just love you. They've really, really connected with your ads over the years. What's it like suddenly being so popular?
It's crazy. People stop me
Feel
in
like
the
it
streets,
would
they
be.
expose themselves, they write me threatening letters. You know, the stalker has become the stalkee. A real taste of Neil's own medicine, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and what's been the most challenging thing about being so famous?
It's places like this, you know, being around actors and rock stars. They're real crazy, and Crazy Neil knows crazy, and I'm used to being the loudest whack job in the room.
Because we've been playing his
Yes, I can
ads
imagine.
non-stop, so then
But I know what you're
his
thinking. Hey, Neil,
thing, I guess,
what's
just
the crazy
got,
deal?
like the, what's it called? Markets just got really big.
We got crazy deals on chairs. You ever sit in a chair that knock your socks off?
No, I can't say that I have.
Makes a mess of the carpet. But what do you say? We got a deal?
Well,
what about Betty Andrews' handbag? It's real leather. It's real cheap. And it even contains our heart medicine.
Can you give that back to
Spicy.
Betty Andrews?
You've
so
got
she
the
can have her
chair.
heart medicine?
You've got the bag. You're really busting my balls. What can I do to convince you? Let me throw in my wife, Mrs. Neal. It's the latest model. Not a scratch on her. Pearls like a charm. What do you say? Have we got a deal?
Look, I can't take your wife.
Yes, you can. I got loads of them. Come on down to crazy deals. We got crazy deals on chairs. We got crazy deals on meals. We got crazy deals on wheels. We got wheels on meals. Meals
We
on
got
wheels.
wheels,
We've
deals
even
on
got
wheels.
endangered
This
seals.
man is
and we got
crazy.
meals with endangered seals. Yeah!
Thank you, Neil. Well, it's always a dream come true to meet a hero. How about that, Megan? The man himself. Aren't we lucky?
Yeah.
Back to you.
Thanks, Patrick.
What's her face go?
Colourful interview there on what looks like an amazing night. They certainly know how to make an entrance. I hope. And the automated really does seem to have unstoppable written all over it, because despite Boris Horsey in Hours magazine calling it Lawrence Blunderclatch's overly long suicide note, in a review which ends with the words, and he hasn't even had the decency to see it through, the film, which is free to all residents of the territories, has seen record pre-bookings and looks set to run for months and months. But let's go back to those lucky few seeing it tonight. Oh, I'm so jealous. Robin, you seen anything unusual there?
Thanks, Megan. Well, will you settle for the territory's most eligible bachelor? 5 years ago, Steve Saxon was an unknown. Then a series of incredible performances in acclaimed productions, from Hamlet's Jam to the curious rise of Algernon Ding Dong, made him the most wanted man in drama. He's been voted sexiest man under 25 for 3 successive years. Now, let's see if he'll talk to the NNN. Excuse me, Mr. Saxon. Steve, have you got a moment to spare to talk to the NNN?
Oh, hi, the NNN. You know, your show gave me my first chance at an audience. The raw me, Steve 1.0.
I remember. Even then, everyone could see there was something so special about you. The whole thing is burned into my mind.
A moment is the very least I can give your amazing viewers in return.
Not that we're actually going anywhere. Where is she?
Are you going to introduce us to your date?
But of course, this
I'm
is...
Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. I was in Hey Friendship too. You know,
Oh, hey, it's
that
this
scene you
chick.
burned into your mind. I was in that.
She was like the fancy chick.
Sorry, don't remember you at all. Are you sure you were in that?
Yes, I was the pretty one.
She mentioned it many times.
Looks are really important.
Well, if you say so, Steve. So it's been a big year for you. I believe you've been tackling the Bard.
Yeah, so I've been working with an enfant terrible called Quentin Suckerpunch. We've been doing all the Shakespeares.
Crikey, all of them.
Yeah, so we shoot one a week. I play all the parts, so I learn them at the weekend and then we shoot them naked in his steam room. The lighting in there is really good.
But
Sorry,
why naked?
Yes, well, he is. I'm in a variety of hats. It's an old theatrical tradition.
I had a single out. It was called Look at Me.
And you did that advert, didn't you, babe?
Is that your dental floss?
And the sex tape, of course.
Steve! I don't like to talk about that. Although
Oh
apparently
shit,
it's
she had a
available
sex
for
tape.
$11.99 everywhere. Just ask your newsagent.
So, what is your favourite Shakespeare play then, Steve?
Yes, Steve, this is really important.
It's starting soon. I'm going to miss the trailers, and we haven't even got any popcorn yet.
She'll be here.
Oh, I'm sorry I'm late, guys. What took you so
Oh,
long?
hey, look, it's Harriet! I
Pigeon.
loved
I'll
her.
explain on the way in.
Now, of course, I remember you from that legendary first appearance.
Really? Her too?
You were such a serious little thing. You had that horrible sister.
Yes, that was me. I'm the horrible sister.
Don't be so hard on yourself, babe. Looks are really important.
Thanks, Steve.
So, what have you been up to, Harriet?
Actually, last year I was overseas bringing art to the starving children from outside the territories. They may not have food, but they can still have Canada.
Good for you.
And now I'm in an experimental physical theatre piece about the existential angst of Wicca.
Okay, then.
So art's
We do it above a pub on Thursdays.
I was also the girl who got murdered in the bath in Night Slasher 3.
Haven't seen it.
But she was brilliant.
Thanks, Steve.
Fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve.
I think it's starting soon and I really need a tinkle.
Oh my god, you need the loo now. We're going to completely miss the trailers. You were so selfish. Sorry.
Oh my god, shut the fuck up.
Thank you so much for talking with us and enjoy the movie.
Thanks. I love the NNN.
I love you guys. Stop showing off, sorry.
Oh my God, Megan, I can't believe that. Steve Saxon, Harriet Winstanley-Hamilton, and someone else, can't remember her name for the life of me. I'm too starstruck. I'm honest, I think I've just come.
And enjoy the movie. The Automated opens in cinemas across the
God.
territories this weekend. What a star-studded event, hey Stacey?
Who cares? No one goes to the cinema these days.
Of course. We'll be back after these messages.
Shit.
I still go to the cinema.
Alright.
Get yourself a video recorder, like the one at the home.
Yeah, I've got a video recorder. It's just not the same, is it?
You're right, it's better. No uneven chatting and chewing all the way through.
What about a kiss and cuddle on the back row? Doesn't that happen anymore?
In public?
Yeah, what the hell?
Nothing's wrong with me.
Feeling better?
Alright, you are. Got to get set up for heat rash.
I think Ronnie's on something.
I know he is. It was on his rider. Apparently it's medicinal.
Ronnie's always high. Give him orange juice.
She speaks.
He's a stupid cunt.
Just like that, you wish you wouldn't.
Okay, so those are the people that we did like ages ago, like near the start of this. The Harriet, Steve, and Charlotte guys.
We seem to be a bit bunched up.
Oh, don't worry.
So these are a boy band.
It's what
Now prediction. Okay.
Megan,
Question
she's
mark?
going to be interviewing you.
Hello, hi.
Where did Collins come from?
This is Stacey.
Well, hello there, Stacey.
Fuck off, Ronnie.
Right. No, I'm sorry, but if we can't be polite, you're going to have to wait in the dressing room.
Wait in the dressing room.
Whatever.
She doesn't
Do
care.
you want to go and wait in the dressing room?
Dressing room?
Fine.
No what?
No. Thank you.
Okay. And sit up straight. You're ruining my shot.
That's 10 seconds, everybody.
Oh, cool.
Oh, shit.
Right, Noko.
What's that? What's no?
Bring in 5, 4, 3.
Okay, then.
Welcome back. For our final segment tonight, Stacey and I are delighted to be joined by Heat Rash.
Yeah.
Their new album, Girls and Why We Love Them All, comes out this weekend. So, let me see if I can get this right. It's Nolan,
I write the songs.
Ronnie.
That's what it says on my tattoo.
Oh, you've got a tattoo of your name on yourself. Okay.
In case he forgets it.
This raconteur, you must be Chinny. Why do they call you Chinny?
It's because of this ugly old thing.
That's
I don't know what you mean.
it's a chin.
God, you're so fucking embarrassing. Dale. Crikey, Dale, you do not look old enough to be in a band.
I get that a lot. I'm actually 23, the oldest one. I have a growth disorder.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know that.
It's so cool, PT.
He's only messing with you.
He's actually 58.
Okay, right, I see. You're going to be a handful, aren't you, boys?
Mum.
You must be TP. What does TP stand for?
Tiny prick.
It stands for team player.
I see.
Uh-huh,
How long have
definitely.
you had that nickname?
Ever since Nolan decided Terry Pronos was a shit name for a member of a boy band.
No co, Ronnie. Yeah, no co, Ronnie.
Sorry, what does no-co mean?
Ah, it's the opposite of SoCo.
So I'm gonna say knuckle.
So-co. Yeah, so cohesive. You preties say cool.
Right, okay, thank you, Stacey.
Sorry about her.
Not your fault. She's uneven.
So, you guys met through a popular show on one of our rival channels, didn't you?
Yeah, team players with a Z.
So, how did that work then?
Well, actually, Dale and I knew each other from school. We were actually classmates. And
Fuck's sake, Nolan, mate. Give someone else a chance. We all went on team players. We all auditioned. The judges put us into bands. And yeah, we went to their houses and they just put us into bands.
It's an example of how we're greater than the sum of our parts when we work in harmony.
And occasionally singing it.
So every week on the show, they get these bands and they give them a song that the producer just found from under the bin somewhere.
Actually, I write the song.
And
I feel bad for this
the
guy.
public would phone in and decide which song they like best.
Right, and then
He
the
doesn't-
losers would be eliminated. Yeah.
Mum. No-co. Pretty. So no-co. The band who get the most approval get to play their song again.
Sure. So what happens to the losers then?
Mum.
What do I keep doing wrong?
We don't use the L word anymore.
You mean losers?
Would you please stop saying that?
What happened?
That word is a pejorative. It's a word designed to diminish. At Go-Getters, I learned very early that we only win when everybody wins.
But, sorry, that's not real life, is it? That's just sports board, no?
Thought you were Soko.
Yeah, I am so good.
Nah, you're a shrinker. Can't be friends with shrinkers.
She doesn't know what you're talking about. She doesn't understand.
So I do understand, actually, Stacey.
What's a shrinker?
Well, a shrinker.
What's a pretty, Mum?
I think it means someone who's older, doesn't it?
Pre-territories.
It's someone who turned 18 before the new future. We call you preties.
Uneven.
Mimi. Nonks.
It's not her fault she's old. She can't help it.
I'm that old.
I'm trying to help you here.
I don't think I need your help.
See? Total Mimi.
Is that so?
Yes, obviously.
This is so awkward.
You know what the real problem with you lot is?
What?
You just can't get over the fact that your beloved Disrupt are gone and you just don't fit in anymore. But the truth is, Disrupt were violent, no-co, bricks being led by a fucking psycho. I'm glad they lost, and you should be too.
Listen, not everyone over 30 supported Disrupt, Stacey.
Not everyone, no, but one fuck-off lot of you did.
Soko, Stacey. Soko.
We've all learned maybe a little bit more than we expected to there. I'm genuinely delighted to have met Heat Rash. And before we end the show tonight, I think you're going to sing for us, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. We're going to sing a song from Girls and Why We Love Them All called Pieces of My Heart, which is about a real relationship I have with an actual girl.
Oh, Nolan, give it a rest, mate. No one cares. Go on, let's get on these stools, lads.
Right.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
So, Stacey, can I get your contact?
Oh, she's 15.
She's 15.
Go on, piss off and sing your song, Terry.
Right you are.
I'm sorry, she doesn't look 15.
So, here they are with their latest single, Pieces of My Heart. Are you excited, Stacey?
Not for me, no. I only listen to blip music and a bit of jizzcore.
Jizz
pop music.
Ah, yes, I know I meant to mention this earlier. Apparently, these newfangled boy bands change singer all the bloody time. Try and follow along, eh? Keep the shot of whoever is currently singing the lead vocal.
Why is she doing spikes?
I saw you standing by the menu center with a brand new pair of Lakers, baby. Do you remember? You took the first of the pieces of my heart. You wandered into a bush and grabbed a vodka and stank. Took our assets and our wealth and drew them out of the
This should take so much focus, I swear.
I gave you little pieces of my heart. I didn't know two hearts could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington Smith. I take all of the loves that didn't last and leave them in the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the time.
I'm trying to get a good thing. Not working.
Used to say, you blow me away. I just On Liberation Night, girl, I was sitting beside you. We sat there shaking all the way through incisors. We held each other as things fell apart.
That's just a nice voice.
We took a train through all the territories and we threw away the rules and wrote our personal stories. You took a dozen pieces of my heart. I didn't know the life could ever feel like this, girl. It's like you were custom made for me by Remington's fist. I take all of the loves that didn't last. I leave them there, the uneven past. Share the new future as my bride. Snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times you have cried. As my old mom used to say, blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play.
This is not working anymore. I've given up. God damn it.
And now I'm staring at your
Some more minutes of this.
There's your picture beaming brighter than a handful of flaws. I'm trying to find the pieces of my heart and leave them in the uneven parts. Share the new future as my bride. You snatch me inside. There's no need to hide all the times that you cried. As my old man used to say, you blow me away. I just want you to stay. I just want you to play. You make me crazier than neon. Crazier than neon. Crazier than neon today.
No, it's not over yet.
Wow. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Flash. That was actually really good.
It was surprisingly
Best
good.
of luck. Thank you for coming in. Now it's almost time for final thoughts tonight. And I've actually asked Stacey to write a few, and they're just being programmed onto the auto cue now. Now, I have no idea what she's going to say. So, fingers on that bleep button in the broadcast room, just in case.
Yeah, it's been on there the entire time she's
Take
been
it
on.
away, Stacey.
Sage.
My name is Stacey.
Hello, Stacey.
I guess you know that by now.
Yep.
Don't know why I put that in there. Anyway. I don't watch the news.
Okay.
There's no need. You hear all the important stuff from your mates, so I don't know what's considered important anymore. But I'm pretty sure that it's not rehashed movies and fucking boy bands, so... Anyway. I'm going to talk about what's important to me.
Oh.
When Advance were first elected, 6 years ago...
6 years ago?
I was 9, and in a home. Not a family home, like you call a home. This was a state children's home. It was fucking awful, actually. It was like a Charles Dickens book. The roof leaked and the walls were damp some mornings. The food was bad. Drugs and alcohol were everywhere. No one cared. You had to watch your back all the time because there weren't enough staff to manage us. And yes, as you'd imagine, there was a lot of... Some bad stuff went down there with some of the staff. Okay. Not all of them, but the others knew, and they didn't stop it. And then Advance won the election. And like a miracle, things started to change. They got better. Had nicer food. The home was not just repaired, but redecorated and kitted out with books and sports stuff and musical instruments and video games. Most of the staff were fired, and the new ones, which there were more of, spent time talking and working with the bullies. And you know what? A second miracle. It worked. The bullying stopped. My life, got better. Because finally, there was enough money to do the good things, and Advance had the guts to do it. I joined Go-Getters, and on Liberation Night, that gave me a group of friends that I could talk with when the bombs went off and the power went out. Another miracle. I wasn't alone anymore. And that was the night I finally understood the importance of being in a team. So here's my final thought. I know the people who were doing better under the old system long to go back. You say, we were freer. But what you mean is, we were richer.
That is true.
But for every one of you, there is 100 of me. And even now, after all you've had taken away, you are still doing better than I am, than I likely ever will. You still have homes of your own and families of your own who love you. And I'll never have that. So maybe you should stop looking for the worst interpretation of everything this amazing government does and realise it's not for you.
I feel like she's talking very directly to me.
And you can cry and bleat all you want, but you're never going to get your money back.
Because I was very apprehensive of Advance, except for the whole Sweep the Well thing. That's a good thing.
Wow, thank you, Stacey, for that.
Fuck off and fuck off.
Let's keep making tomorrow better.
And there was trying to be a little disrupt there. Fuck off, disrupt. I don't give a shit about you.
Yes, that was more than all right.
Nicely done. I think I might have actually given them something to think about.
So I guess you're going to be taking me back to the home now then.
I was thinking we could go out somewhere and, I don't know, have a meal, talk about our options. If that's okay.
Of course, Miss Wolf. Security will be standing by.
So they're always there then?
There was a thing a few years ago.
Oh, with that Jeremy bloke? I heard about that, everyone did.
Oh, yeah.
Were you here back then? Doesn't look old enough.
Driving on me.
Yeah, she does that.
Okay, that was kind of cute. Right, so the first one was B, A. Right, we've gone to A. It's good enough. C, small bonus, current wealth. Still in the red, technically not negative, that's good. Right, so everyone's staying the same, which is good. Everyone likes us. Channel 1 loves us. Right, I'm gonna have to call it there, lads. Thank you so much for watching, hanging out, vibing. This is... the stress included heart attack feeling, Jesus Christ. Right. This has been super fun, actually, and I'm getting back into the jam of stuff. But, yeah, hopefully this audio isn't fucked up like the other bloody episodes. But, yeah. So, thank you all so much for chilling, hanging out. Remember to eat water, drink food. Remember, I love y'all. Bye!